Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of On It. I am Mikey. That is Devin.
Damn, I wish I could remember what we talked about. I couldn't even remember what we talked about the Super Bowl.
If it has to come down to that, or I just seem like a hater to get my point across, I'll do it.
Oh my God, he missed it!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of On It. We are here. You got me. You got Devin. We are back. We got Week 9 football to discuss. We got some weird games, some weird wins.
Have you ever said your name on the podcast? I just realized that you got me, you got Devin, and then you say the same thing in the outro.
That is true. I do say the same thing in the outro. Well, the intro video, I say my name.
Okay.
So I cover all the grounds there. I really don't have to even introduce us, I guess, now. I guess I already introduced us.
Yeah. Your name is Stanley, so you are lying about it.
My name is Today my name is Stanley.
No.
Flat Stanley, but
every day.
We got Week 9 games to discuss because I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know where to start because Joe Flacco had a career game.
Lost.
Detroit lost, which was great. Green Bay, don't know what's going on with them. Kansas City, Buffalo. Like where do you want to start?
I don't know.
I know you don't want to start with your game.
Why not?
Your team was a little well. You know what? We can get into your game. We can briefly cover.
I mean, I like
Seattle because
it's really not much. I mean, in terms of the game, there's nothing.
Well, here's the thing about your team, Devin. The thing about the Washington Commanders is if their defense played defense.
Sure. And if our special teams
like in any way
did special teams.
No, like I mean in any way, like force one completion through 2 quarters. Like one.
One incompletion.
And maybe we got a shot.
Yeah.
The man went 100% completion percentage.
What was it, 13 or
like,
what?
Oh, he dinked,
how many balls was it?
He dinking. Was it 13 or 16?
No, I think it was 16.
It was something stupid. It wasn't like, oh, it was dinking dunking. He's got 114 yards at half. No. He was torching.
4
Sam Darnold played so well, or Sam Darnold was playing so out of his fucking mind that it might have convinced me, like, all right, well, you know what? Like Minnesota was cool last year, but maybe
Darnold was a factor in this.
Maybe. Maybe Sam Darnold ain't that fucking bad because holy shit.
It's not feeling like Darnold was the reason, but it's starting to feel like he was not part of a problem, and he was a part of a little bit the reason. For that,
he was doing more than just enough when he was with Minnesota.
Yeah, because we have had at least Carson Wentz underperforming, which was not enough at all. But yeah, in terms of the game, we go down 14-0, and then fumble on a kick return, go down 21-0. They score again. We scored before the half. Was it 28-7 at half or 31-7 at half?
I think 31-7. I think they knocked out a field goal.
Yeah, they knocked out a field goal. So, the game was over pretty quickly. And then the worst possible thing that could have happened happened. You had Jayden
38-7?
38-7. How much time was left?
7 and some change?
Yeah.
Less than 8 minutes.
Yep. In it, yeah. Granted, near the red zone. But, yeah, down 31. And, landed on his left arm and completely dislocated it. The fact that they showed the replay for that, slowed it down, put it right in front of your face. I don't have an issue with stuff that gross, but boy, was that nasty. That thing fucking slid right out.
You can't convince me that there has to be at least one person on this planet that when watching that replay threw up?
Yeah, like there has to be.
Like
Like
somebody had to have thrown up.
I know people who faint when they see blood and shit. Like that probably scarred a child. Like there's probably a ton of kids watching that. Probably a ton of Jayden Daniels fans watching that, and they just see his arm turned inside out, folded like a fucking
Yeah.
binder.
Which it's just like there's so many problems with it. The biggest problem is why he is even in
At the
at that
same
time.
time,
That's the
like there's been, I don't know. It's the NFL. Like there's so much talk about. Oh, should they have kept him in? Was there a chance of a comeback? And it just like, yes, he should have been out. But like, I don't know. Guys finish out blowout games. Like guys play full games.
Ah,
I mean, it
if you're
depends
Dak
on the
Prescott,
player, but
yeah,
Jayden should
Dak
have been out of that
Prescott.
game. Dak, no, Dak doesn't care.
No,
Oh, you're right.
he's the
Sorry.
only person that finishes a game for all the
Dak finishes games.
yards and extra
Justin
empty
Fields
calories.
finishes games. Guys who need the stat pad finish games.
Exactly.
But at the same time, there are guys who do finish games. So I know Dan Quinn's taking responsibility for it, but you can't fall like that.
Fuck no.
Like you're a football player, you're a quarterback, you're going to get tackled. The last thing you need to do is stick your fucking arm out and destroy that thing. Because I mean, it wasn't any nutso tackle. It was a routine kind of from the backside tackle, and elbow drop, not a hip drop, elbow dropped.
Elbow dropped.
Elbow.
Well,
and turned him into egg drop soup. So.
Well, was he behind him and dropped down?
It was kind of like side,
or was it
pull.
to the side? Okay,
Yeah.
to the side. Okay.
Either way,
I don't know. I think he should not have been in the game. He came back from 2 injuries. He's come back from 2 injuries already.
Yeah.
Now suffers a season-ending injury, and I started to think like you're a Washington fan. So have you had like more than 3 seasons worth of like a healthy quarterback playing football?
Kirk.
Like how much healthy quarterback experience do you have where it's like the full season?
Kirk.
That's it?
Maybe.
I guess and Jayden last year?
Well, I mean, if you're talking about one full season, a few guys, but if you're talking about multiple seasons in a row, never. I mean, outside of Kirk.
No, but like I'm saying, like who are the few guys?
I mean, if we look at Redskin quarterbacks, I mean, we had McNabb for 1 year, Jason Campbell for 2 or 3. We had Rex Grossman for a second. A couple of other guys, RG3, Kirk.
And like all of them played a full 16?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying, like how many years of a full healthy?
I mean, RG3's rookie year, have you full year. Kirk probably had a few in there. I think Heineke may have. Sam Howell may have.
Maybe. I don't know.
Are you trying to make me sad? Like the fact that I'm like looking back and realizing like that I could have been a fan of an organization like the Patriots that had a quarterback for 20 plus years, or even a fan of an organization like the Falcons or the Lions who had who at least knew who their quarterback was year in and year out. And instead, it's.
I love how you're overstepping everybody but the team like 30 minutes from you, but I hear you.
Well, I'll never be a fan of them.
You would never be a fan of the fucking Patriots.
We're
just talking a hypothetical world.
But like a Ravens team that has had fucking 2 quarterbacks. Granted, Ryan Mallett and Cooper Rush, Tyler Huntley. But at least a season long enough to win a Super Bowl or win an MVP. Either way, yeah, it's
No, I wasn't trying to make you sad. It's just it's fucked up.
No, I'm pretty sad.
It's fucked up.
But I mean, at the same time, I really didn't have any hope for the season, and I said it before the season. Like, nothing about this team changed that was in any way impressive. We still had a Bobby Wagner who's now a year older. We bring in Von Miller. We sign Terry, who is just going to get what he's going to improve more. We have Noah Brown, who, like you said, can't catch for fucking shit. Hasn't been able to stay healthy. We have an old Zach Ertz, who's apparently the best target on the fucking team. You have an Austin Eckler, who's non-productive or semi-productive, but then tore his Achilles. You have a running back that we traded away before the season. We're rocking with a 7th-round running back. In what world is this team supposed to be good? What, because you have Jayden Daniels? Well, you don't anymore. And he was hurt.
Well, I mean, I think there was a world where he was if not top 5, for sure top 10 quarterback after last season. And
Sure, but there's
I
also a
mean,
world where we can look back at last year and go, that was lightning in a bottle.
I wouldn't say it's lightning in a bottle. You don't have the best rookie season ever from lightning in a bottle. I mean, it's just y'all had a good year, and now you have an injury-riddled season.
I know, but even at full strength, what are we going
Debo
to
hasn't been
compete
healthy.
in?
Terry hasn't been healthy. Sure, fucking Austin Eckler's old, but that man tore his Achilles like right away. I mean, like
I agree.
you've had issues. So having Zach Ertz be your most reliable target this season, yeah, no, I mean you can have. There's definitely some excuses to plot this. There's more to say about this. What is going on this year has more to say about this team than it does about last season. Like, this doesn't
Yes.
take away from what was accomplished last year.
No, of course not. But, uh, again, there was nothing about this team that told me that we were ready to take it to the next level. And yes, we beat the Lions in the playoffs and whatever, but it's not something that is bound to happen every year just because we did it once. And then, yeah, I mean, every injury imaginable plus this, which ends the season for the whole team. So
I mean, you're talking about a team who has a hopeful future with a franchise quarterback who had an injury-riddled season, and they're up now. They're not, quarterback's out for the rest of the year, not going to make the playoffs. My team was they were Super Bowl favorites
favorites.
and started 1-5. Like,
Well, now you guys are
shit
still division
happens,
favorites, which is nice.
which is ridiculous. Well, fucking, if Pittsburgh wants to just keep beating fucking teams, that'll just ruin every possible chance we have. But
Of course.
no, I mean, I think at the end of the day, I really like. Yes, it's easier now to say he shouldn't have played. He shouldn't have been playing. But
Of
we're
course.
not NFL head coaches. We don't coach the NFL. They should have known a couple minutes earlier. Maybe he shouldn't be
But
playing anymore. Hey, he's
they
already
were
pulled
in
his
the red zone.
hamstring. He's coming back from a pulled ham. No, I'm before that drive. I'm saying,
No,
like,
of course.
before that drive even starts, we got a guy who's already. I mean, is his knee 100%? I doubt what he sprained his MCL. That's just full. That's just
Yeah.
100% recovered. Sure, I bet.
I mean, he
Comes
wasn't
back
he
from a.
wasn't wearing the brace, which I was fine with. We had hamstring, knee, and then completely unrelated issue with the elbow. But he's made out of jelly, literal jelly.
He is thin.
He's thin, and then he
Thinner.
snapped.
He did. He did. He did. Well, he
He
bent.
snapped.
He
No,
bent.
no, bent means that it goes back. That
Well, no, he
thing.
bent. He bent because he didn't break. Technically, you bend but don't break,
Well,
and
there was
that's what.
nothing really to break. The joint slipped, and he popped that bitch. I'm
Crazy.
curious to see what he tore, if
Yeah, no,
anything.
that would be interesting. But no, you're right. It was crazy that NBC showed the full slow mo, perfect like angle to see
Like
exactly
literally
where
the
the
locked
injury
in
happened.
angle, just arm, just
No, like in
butter.
live, in live, I mean, I saw it in live, and I was like, oh, I was like, his elbow,
Oh,
and I was thinking for a second, maybe the way he was laying, like the shadow, maybe it looked like it was out, but
yeah,
then like as soon as he just like was
they
laying there,
reassured.
I was like, oh no, that elbow is out. Um, and I was
And then they gave you
sure
a
they weren't going to show the
pitch.
replay.
I was like, oh, cool, cut. Like, get out of frame, whatever. Instead, pitch perfect replay of what happened.
Unless now, see, I would give them the benefit of the doubt and say like maybe they didn't know, but I mean they got like they got a
They're on a
delay.
7 second delay or whatever. They're on a
Yeah,
delay. Like
they got a
you have
delay. They
time
had
to
enough time to see that injury.
go cut that shit.
So which oh, I hate to be the conspiracy guy before we move on to these other games, but in reality, the NFL is going to cut away from any injury that makes the NFL look bad. A mean
Yeah,
headshot where a guy goes to sleep. We're gonna step away for a second.
yeah.
We're gonna step.
We're gonna
We're gonna step away from the
huddle
game.
around him real quick. Don't let him see his hands and his
No, but
fingers going in 8 different directions.
if it's a little more gruesome or a little more like something that somebody that's anti NFL or anti football could use against the NFL, they're gonna cut away. But oh no, Jayden Daniels fucking his arm rips in half. Sure, no, we'll show that. This is just
But they didn't
this is
like
just
they didn't
anatomy.
show. Yeah, oh yeah. Look, here's an anatomy lesson. When you sit on your fucking arm, it snaps in half. Um, they didn't slow down Scadabow's injury.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
And
Cause
his was
it was a
pretty
hip.
fucking
Cause it was a
gross too.
fucking hip. Cause it was a hip drop tackle.
It wasn't a hip shot tackle. It was a hip hop, hip the fibby dibby 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 don't stop it rock
if
until your
if they could
elbows
have,
in half.
they wouldn't have. If they could have, they would have not replayed Jalen Hurts' fumble, but they had to.
They had to,
Like
and they
they're not.
did, and still off.
And it was a fumble. But all right, moving on from Washington and Seattle, Chicago versus Cincinnati. Now, my
One fucking
stupid
stop.
ass.
He should get that tattooed.
Dude, my stupid ass gets on here like, it's not gonna be that high scoring of a game, and if Chicago like they jump out and they have to jump out quick to take to win this game. If Cincinnati keeps it close, then maybe they could win this game. All right, complete opposite. Well, close to the complete opposite. Sort of not the complete opposite. It definitely wasn't. It was a high scoring fucking game. It was a
Yeah.
career game for Joe Flacco.
Did he throw for the most
I
yards
I
he's
watched
ever
Joe
thrown for?
Flacco most yards in his career. Dude,
Jesus
he's
Christ.
never had a 400-yard game.
He's never had a 400-yard game?
Never had a 400-yard game. This is his first game. First game having 400 yards. He had 470 yards.
Yeah.
Oldest player. Tom Brady didn't throw for 470 at this age.
He had another 5 years after Joe's age. Like, Joe's what, 41?
41.
Tom Brady was
This is some
46.
Tom Brady. Was
And
he
we're like,
46 or
Joe's
45?
so fucking old.
Joe's
Shows how
old as
crazy
shit,
Tom
but
is.
it is ridiculous seeing Joe Flacco in 2025 put up career numbers. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's still the Bengals and they lost, but you're right. I mean, he gets
But
470 yards, 15 points in 49 seconds. They need one stop,
one stop.
just one,
One fucking
one
stop.
stop, and
Shit, one field goal.
they had what 59 seconds, I believe. Yeah, 54
59.
seconds. 54 seconds. That's all they had to do. And Cincinnati's fed up. You had Jamar Chase screaming in the locker room, walking back to the locker room. You had Chase Brown, which is funny. He has like one or two good games, and all of a sudden he's like, somebody needs to step up. It's like, yeah,
For real.
all right, Chase.
Yeah.
Jamar
Okay,
is the
buddy.
only person that can complain right now. But I mean, I don't know. Chicago clutches it out. that last touchdown was just that last touchdown that Chicago to give them the win was kind of the epitome of the Cincinnati defense.
The epitome.
Like he finds a wide open tight end downfield in the middle of the field, and then I don't know how many tackles. Like I'm trying to think. Like he broke a couple of good tackles, and then just hauls ass to the end zone about 20 yards
Yep.
afterwards. Like that is just what Cincinnati's defense is. That's they are a bad defense, and I should have thought about that going into it. That every game they play in, at least one team's going to score a lot of points.
Yeah, that is true. But
because they're atrocious.
like, there can be bad players. Granted, all these guys are NFL players. There have been bad players, but there truly has to be something wrong with, obviously, the coaching, but something in that staff has to be incredibly wrong for a defense to be. We've seen bad defenses, but a defense this bad to let up 48 points to the Bears, and 2 touchdowns in the last fucking few minutes.
Yeah.
Like yes, the players are not good, but something is wrong.
I can't put this on the players because we talked about this all off season and we were doing the math and it was pretty simple. You have $500 million going to 4 players. That means you're gonna have to cut costs. You have to cut the cost somewhere else. You're gonna have to somebody's not gonna get paid. Somebody's gonna go somewhere else. Somebody's not gonna want to come to Cincinnati because they don't want that bullshit offer you got for them.
Exactly. There's been a lot more talk about people getting the fuck out of Cincinnati than anyone going anywhere near it.
Exactly.
And I mean, good for Joe and Jamar and T. Higgins, but the fact that T. Higgins held out for whatever and then they give in to him, let him go. It saves you $30 million.
Well, he put up 100 yards. Jamar and T. Higgins
No, I know,
have
but
100 yards.
if you're gonna keep fucking losing, who gives a shit?
I don't know because, like we said, there's no coach in the world that could have went back in time and predicted that his defense was going to do what they did on that final play against Chicago.
No, of course, but you understand how fucking piss poor your defense is. But also, like I said, there's got to be a coaching issue. Like, there should be no defense this bad in the NFL. Ever.
Bro, it was textbook shit, though.
No, I agree.
Blown coverage or just not having the ability to have a good pass coverage is one thing. Not being able to tackle is not something a coach is going to be able to fix in the NFL. You're in the NFL. First of all, you know how to tackle. We're not going to play this game where you don't know how to tackle. I don't know why so many players decide to arm tackle or tackle with their head down or not break down and just dive at fucking legs. But either way, it's an important moment. There's 20 seconds on the clock. Let's bring this guy down. But I don't know. I can't imagine what coach fixes that. What are we gonna go back to high school and have tackling drills? We're gonna have a whole tackling circuit.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's
these guys
run
know
Oklahoma
how to
drills.
tackle.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think the only thing that's a little crazy is the people are calling Joe Burrow overrated now. Well, actually, I can't even. I don't know why I even brought this up. You don't like Joe Burrow.
Huh?
Well, you don't like Joe. You've never liked Joe Burrow, so I don't even know why I brought this up to you. But
I mean, Joe is somewhat grown on me a little bit, and that's just based off of his success, but also the fact that he hasn't been able to get out onto the field. Also, I mean, had the same issue last year where, yes, offensively did great, led the league and everything, but had one of the worst defenses. But when you have Joe Flacco, who's playing Well, it was Joe who said it. Joe in his second start when he beat the Steelers goes on Amazon Prime on the panel and goes, "You'd have to be pretty bad at football. You'd have to be a pretty dumb fucking idiot." Paraphrasing, to not be able to throw to these two guys. He said, "No, you like. I don't get how anyone can't throw to these two guys. Like,
Yeah, I
there
mean,
should be no problem throwing to these two guys. They're incredible." And I think that's right to a certain point, but um, there are things that Joe Burrow brings to the table that other quarterbacks don't. But I mean, I can't knock the man for having two good receivers.
you can't knock him for having two good receivers, but I feel like in a world of ranking, there has to be, I don't know, maybe not an
No,
asterisk, like an asterisk,
but
like maybe not like because it's
yes, I can knock off like maybe half a point or whatever. But we live in a world where Tua had Tyreek and Jalen Waddle and couldn't do anything. We live in a world where Carson Wentz still has Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson and can't do anything. There's good receivers in this league. There's bad quarterbacks in this league. They can't do anything.
but
So,
that's the
yes, if
same,
you're able
but
to be
that's the
efficient
same,
with good receivers, then by all means.
but the same way that you can say, hey, look at how bad Tua is, even though he has these good receivers. You can say, look at how good Joe Burrow is, especially with these receivers. I mean, the receivers definitely have something. But this is the
No,
this is a conversation all the time. Oh, Sam Darnold was only good because of Justin Jefferson. Oh, fucking. I mean, that's why quarterbacks are called game managers. That's why we call
but
Brock Purdy what he is.
the problem becomes like with a guy like Tua when he can't manage games. Like we know Tua is the issue. Like I can't knock a guy for having two good receivers and still playing well. If he plays poorly with guys who we know are good, then that's on him. Like Tua, it's on him. But Joe plays well with good receivers. That's fine. It knocks
So
you
this
down a
says
touch,
more.
but not a lot.
So this says more about Joe Flacco.
I mean, right now, Joe Flacco's playing well with his two good receivers and his pretty good offense.
Joe Flacco is playing out of his fucking mind. He just
Joe's
had
playing,
a career game. He had 470
of
yards and 4 touchdowns. What are we talking
course.
about right now?
But I don't think there's a world where Joe's doing that with other. I mean, he showed he couldn't do it with other receivers earlier in the year. I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
sure how
the
many
Browns
games
are.
we've seen when Joe Burrow didn't have Jamar Chase, even going back to fucking college. Um, so I don't know how much we can put on Jamar versus Joe, but Joe's a good quarterback. It's just
No, well, Burrow's a good quarterback, but that okay.
I
And
meant Burrow. Yeah,
either
the
way,
fucking
the
two Joes piss me
discussion,
off.
the discussion was at least on the internet, the discussion was: is Joe Burrow overrated, or is Joe Flacco a little underrated in terms of who you're going to just pick and throw in at quarterback? Nobody thought Joe Flacco was gonna do what he did. Like I'm not gonna keep playing this game. I'm not gonna keep playing this game where we're just gonna act like Joe Flacco's. Oh, look, he did what he did, and it's gonna go back to nothing. Joe Flacco got off his couch and took a team to the playoffs. Joe Flacco is 41 years old and has a career fucking game, thrown more yards than what Tom Brady was able to throw for when he was fucking 45. He played for the Browns before this and looked like absolute shit. Guess who else looks like shit for the Browns? Every quarterback that's ever played for the Cleveland Browns. So taking
Of
40
course.
year old Joe Flacco's Cleveland Browns stint and going, well, we know what he looks like. I'm not saying this man's gonna fucking play himself into the Hall of Fame
But
or
2 years ago,
go win a playoff game.
Joe took the Browns to the playoff 2 years ago.
Okay, yeah. It's what. Yeah,
Bad Browns team. I mean,
sure.
not as bad
Uh,
as this team is. Better, but um,
Point being, did you
I
think that you did if a few years ago, like say before the Denver situation, if somebody was like, "Hey, in 2025, Joe Flacco's going to be playing way better than Russell Wilson," wouldn't believe what the
I
what?
never would
What
have
what
thought
what?
that. Of course not. But moral of the story is Joe's playing great football. Jesus Christ. Joe Flacco's playing great football right now. In a world where Joe Burrow is healthy, Joe Flacco is not the starting quarterback, regardless. Like even if he didn't have a contract that was fucking $50 billion, but Joe's playing well right now, and I hope that they appreciate what Joe can do for them when they need him. Like Jacoby Brissett just had a fucking great game against the Cowboys, and that's because Kyler Murray's out.
The worst defense in the NFL, yeah, but
The Bengals are up there too. Like
he
Caleb
plays for the
Williams put
Bengals.
48 points up on that fucking team. Um,
The
but
Bengals, he plays for the Bengals. So yeah, I mean, what is that? I'm saying Chicago has, or I'm saying Dallas has a. I mean, they give up the most passing yards in the NFL. Like they're bad.
and they did. They gave up a ton. But no, I mean, yeah, Joe's playing out of his mind right now. The
But
Bengals still suck.
Jacoby Brissett in the prime of his like athletic, like in his athletic prime, hasn't touched what Joe Flacco's done at 41 years old. 40 years old.
Agreed.
That's just like a fact. Like, don't ever bring up a career backup when we're talking about Joe Flacco. You can't do that because there's not 32 quarterbacks in 2025 better than Joe Flacco, sadly, which says more about the NFL. Says more about these other fuckers that suck. But I mean,
No,
that's I guess a
of course.
discussion for another
And the
day.
other thing is that yes, if you want to put out that fucking argument that um, that Burrow's only good because his receivers and Flacco's only good. Jake Browning played the first however many games. Jake Browning played multiple football games and looked like he had never touched a football in his life.
Cooper Rush, Tyler Huntley, though. You know, I mean, maybe some guys just fucking suck.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, Jamar can't help a guy like Jake Browning.
Right.
So, Joe is still good. Joe Burrow
Yes.
is still good if his team is healthy and if he's healthy and if they can try to get one fucking stop, but it's not going to happen.
We got Minnesota versus Detroit, which I mean, I can't call it the biggest upset of the week because, you know, Carolina and Green Bay, but definitely a game that I don't know. I would have put a lot of money on Detroit if I had to, just because it was JJ coming back
Yep.
what, over a month of not
Yeah.
playing? Over a month of not playing football, comes back to play Detroit. And I mean, it was really Minnesota's defense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I'll get to JJ, but one of the best offenses in the league held to
14.
where they were forced to punt 5 times, 2 turnovers in the second half. They couldn't get a run game going, and JJ McCarthy did enough.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to overreact and act like, you know, oh, here we go. You know, he played better than Carson Wentz for sure.
Yes.
He didn't make, you know, too many mistakes. He took hits. He made plays. He scored 3 total touchdowns. He was, you know, not a lot of yards, but he was 14 to 25, 2 touchdowns, a rushing touchdown. I I didn't
No
like
picks?
what's
No
that?
picks?
I don't think he turned the ball over, but I don't want to give him that credit unless I'm like absolutely positive. So let me make sure. But I don't know how to describe it. Like I don't want to just say like, oh, you know, I liked what I saw, but it's almost like the sense of hope for the future with the younger quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like we're already getting glimpses of like Jayden Daniels or what Bo Nix is doing in Denver, or like Drake May, and like what they can possibly do for the future. But I'm even starting to like I'm starting to like JJ, Jackson Dart. Like if
Yeah.
all these younger guys can just like if we can have this next era of quarterbacks where we know like we like I don't know I feel like there's a lot of franchises who I don't know it's been a while when we've had 32 teams or majority of teams like this is our guy, this is who we're rocking with, and you can be confident in them like going into
Yeah.
a fucking game.
Um,
And we don't have that. We don't have that.
no, but there's definitely hope in some of these guys. But I mean, yeah, some of them, the jury's still out on, and there's a lot of older guys who maybe didn't get the shot when they first started, and now are getting shots and are performing well. So it's a whole topsy-turvy league. There's still a ton of QB turnover, and there will be. But I mean,
And
the defense,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Vikings defense they showed up like they hadn't for most of the year because they were a big part of the reason last year. But show up, give everything JJ needs to win. But
One interception.
okay, I figured.
He threw one
But
interception. Sorry, he threw one interception. And I'm not saying these guys are about to be fucking all pro, fucking Pro Bowl guys. Like I'm saying,
no,
I just want to be able to turn on games on Sunday, and if there's 8 games at 1 o'clock, there's maybe 12, 14 quarterbacks that are going to entertain me, that are going to be entertaining.
Sure, and not just a straight slop fest like we saw from Jordan Love. But yeah, I mean, an impressive win for the Vikings in terms of being able to shut the Lions down, who have scored a ton of points this year. What was the final score? 17?
20, 27, 24? I think they cut it close at the end.
Okay.
I don't know why I didn't just keep it up, but I think they cut it close at the end. I'll make sure. Yeah, 27-24.
Yeah. But I mean, either way, the Vikings get a divisional win against the Lions, which is big, but the end of the season probably won't mean anything.
Yeah, but I mean, Detroit, they already lost to Green Bay once this year. They lose to Minnesota. I mean, they're 5-3. I definitely had this marked down as like a pretty guaranteed win for Detroit. So I mean, this is definitely gonna fuck the standings up.
For sure.
This is gonna fuck them up in the future. Carolina and Green Bay.
Should never happen. Wait, that's twice. That's twice. This is inexcusable. Those are check them off.
Look,
easy dubs. We didn't even talk about this game, and I can guarantee you we didn't talk about Browns Packers a few weeks ago when they lost. This should never happen. I don't care. Like, you can't. Yes, you can lose a game to the Panthers, but you can't lose a game to the Panthers like this. You can't put up. How many points did they fucking score?
6?
Did they finish with 6? Yeah, 6.
Was it 13? Was it 13 to 6? I think it was 13 to 6.
You can't pay your quarterback $50 million to put up 6 points. You can't do it. Inexcusable.
13-16. Sorry. 13-16.
Either way. Inexcusable. Absolutely inexcusable.
All right, but here's the problem. It was a weird ass win because what? They didn't so first of all, they didn't punt. They weren't forced to punt. It's not like they were outplayed and Bryce Young was playing out of his mind. I mean, Bryce Young barely threw for 100 yards. I mean, Rico had a game
Yeah.
for sure. Rico did his thing, but I think the Packers, and the only reason I'm saying this is because I feel like I feel like I'm close. I feel like I'm close to this when it comes to rooting for a team who, especially when they're ranked one of the best teams in the league at times, they kind of play to the level of their competition.
Yep.
And I think that's what the Packers do. And that's what the Packers have been doing all season. The Packers have shown up. The Packers showed up against the Lions at the beginning of the season. The Packers showed up against, why am I blanking on every other team that they've played this year? The Packers let's just go over, because Packers, they beat Arizona by 4. They lose to Cleveland. They beat Cincinnati by 9, which, okay, cool.
Yeah.
They lose to Carolina. Okay, they show up against Detroit, put up 27 points, 27-13. Washington 27-18. And then Cleveland 13-10. That 40-40 overtime win, or 40-40 overtime tie, still questionable. The performance they had against Pittsburgh last week.
Incredible.
Like, look at how well Pittsburgh's defense played this week,
Just
and know what that Green Bay
exactly. Picked them to
did
pieces.
them dirty a week ago.
Picked them to pieces. 160-odd yards from Tucker Kraft and 2 touchdowns, and they just absolutely destroyed them. And then you show up against a horrible team and do nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Now, granted, horribly, Tucker Kraft has torn his ACL and is out for the season.
Yeah, that's
So
I can't even. I was gonna say, I was trying to think of like there's nothing good about that, and because I mean,
apparently they're looking at an Njoku trade, but
when you look at their receiver situation, he was kind of like, when you look at these teams that have a questionable wide receiver room, it's kind of good to have a nice tight end you can rely on. Like,
very solid. Zach Ertz.
Well, I was not going to say this, but I was saying, like, look at Buffalo. Like, the whole question right now about Buffalo is their wide receiver room and who's going to step up. But at least they got tight ends they can rely, multiple tight ends they can rely on. Same thing with Baltimore.
Kincaid, yeah.
That's been Baltimore's whole fucking career. It's like, oh, we're going to have questionable receivers, but we're going to have tight ends out the ass. So, I think that was definitely a plus for them to have. They had a receiving threat. They have, obviously, a rushing threat in Josh Jacobs. They have Jordan Love, who is a top.
I'm honestly done doing top stuff.
No, you're not. Okay, here's a problem.
There is no top.
There's a top, because there's a top. There's a top. He's a top what? He's top 10.
But there's so many guys who have potential to be top 10 right now. And there's so many guys who have potential on any given day to be top 32.
Okay, he's
or
top 10.
50.
He's top 10 right now.
But if we talk super recency bias, this is the same dude who threw one of the worst picks I've ever seen, or almost threw one of the worst picks ever in this game. Yeah. That was dropped in the end zone.
Okay, here's the thing. It was one of the worst picks ever, yes, or it was one of the worst decisions ever. Like deciding to throw that football, like you were asking for that ball to get intercepted. If anything, that was one of the best interceptions.
Well, he didn't. Yeah.
He threw it right to him. Like coming,
hit him
impressive across the field. All the way
to
the other side.
You're right. He did get it all the way over there.
But my problem with Green Bay, besides the level, playing to the level of their competition thing, which I mean, really, it might actually have to do with the fact they play to the level of their competition, is we're putting them at last week we had them number 1 on our power ranking, and that's not the first time we had them on number 1 on the power ranking this year, and we've been calling them one of the best teams, if not the best team in the NFC. And on the flip side, like I still believe that, but the way they're playing against teams like the way they're playing against teams like Carolina or Cleveland or Cincinnati or Arizona, I don't know how much trust I can put in them in the future, like in the postseason, like this year in particular.
Yeah, and I mean, like the concerning thing is like we don't look at a team like Indianapolis and go, oh, like yes, they're winning games and whatever, and they're 7-2, but we have our doubts about that team. But what they have done this year is destroy shitty teams and
Yeah,
handle it easily. So we're kind of waiting on them to play good teams. But when you have a team that shows so much potential and is good and just beat a Steelers team that just beat the Colts and then goes and loses to one of the worst teams in the league, it baffles me that this happens. But I feel like it's been like this in the league for a little bit, where a good team is just gonna like lose to a pretty bad team in a pretty bad way.
and then I guess because they do play to the level of their competition, if they have to show up, I mean, they have Philly. Their next game is
They're
against the
probably gonna
Eagles,
show
so
up.
you know we'll get to see something like that and see what they'll be able to do against another top contender for best team in the NFL. And I'm just worried, come postseason, maybe they're not that team you can if they're the team, they can't show up as a team that played against Cleveland
No.
or Arizona or Cincinnati or whoever. Like they have to show up like the team that team that played Pittsburgh, which they can't fucking show up as that team
No.
because Tucker Craft is done.
Taco Crab's out.
So
Exactly. So what
you
team are they gonna show up as?
they got to figure it out. They got to figure it out because that's definitely that is a killer.
Yeah.
That is an absolute like losing to Carolina. All right, whatever. Carolina has 5 wins. Maybe they're not as shitty as we thought, but Tucker Craft, yeah, out for the season. That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Green Bay. I don't know what they're gonna look like in the future, but we talked about it. We were bringing it up, so we might as well talk about it now. Indianapolis versus Pittsburgh. Now, can I break this down a little bit? Like I swear to God, as a Ravens fan, I really have never went out of my way to like hate on Pittsburgh or like shit on them or like what like they're cool. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So I don't want any type of Raven bias or people to think there's some type of Raven bias or I'm trying to discredit the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Sure.
Because their defense played great.
Yeah.
Their defense played the best they've looked all season, especially considering the team that they were playing against. And
they did what they had to do,
you,
which was, like we've been saying, shut down Jonathan Taylor, force the ball into big old Danny's hands.
Well, okay. I mean, look at everything they did. They held they held Jonathan Taylor to 45 yards, which is a season low. I think the lowest he was before this was 66 yards.
Yeah.
So 45 yards is a season low. The Colts they average 1.6 sacks allowed. They gave up 5. The Colts turned the ball over 6 times.
6?
6 times they turned the ball over. Now, take everything I just said into consideration, right? Turn the ball over 6 times. Jonathan Taylor held down to a career low. They allow almost 3.5 more sacks than they average on a game-to-game basis. They lost by 7.
Yeah.
The
6
Steelers
turnovers
got the ball
means
7.
that you should win by multiple scores.
The Steelers got the ball 7 straight times without, an answer from the Colts.
Yeah.
And they won by 7.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna give it to the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. They stopped one of the best running backs in the league.
Sure.
They held him to his season low. They showed what Daniel Jones looks like when the game's in his hands, and they beat one of the best teams as of right now, one of the best teams in the NFL. The problem is that the way that their defense played on Sunday hasn't been a pattern. Like, we haven't seen this all year.
Yeah.
And obviously defenses can cook up, and maybe that this is the turn that they've been waiting for, and maybe they do continue to play this good on the defense side of the ball. But Aaron Rodgers getting the ball 7 straight times without an answer from the Colts and only winning by 7 points, that's got to be a fucking problem.
It is a problem, and I think they're going to make a deadline move for a receiver, whoever the fuck that is. I think while they're at it, try to snag a running back. But they need to try to develop a more I don't know, diverse offense. They just don't have. Defensively, shut the Colts the fuck down. Taylor didn't show up, which happens. But if you turn the ball
that entire defense
6 times,
that entire defense, dude, like that, like our when we give depoy votes, like half the defense is going to be on the fucking candidate list. Like, these fuckers played crazy.
Yeah.
And then what was the okay? So the Colts scored. It was 7-0, and then this is how it went. They muffed a punt, giving Pittsburgh the ball back. So Pittsburgh had the ball, punted, it got muffed. They get the ball back. The Colts fumble. Colts throw a pick, punt, interception. Finally score their second time of the game in the fourth quarter. They kick a field goal, and they lose by 7.
Yep.
I already, in the back of my mind, it's like, it's fun gassing up Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones. The Colts are tough. It's cool. Fuck Anthony Richardson, whatever. Back of my mind, I know they're pretenders.
Of course.
Like,
no, like,
we know
front of
they're
my mind, I
pretenders.
know that they're pretenders. And
Okay, maybe front of
but
my mind. In the middle of my mind, I know that they're contenders.
in the back of my mind, no. But in every part of my mind, the Colts will at some point lose the touch and lose the fire. But I mean, up till now they're playing well, but it's usually off the back of Jonathan Taylor, and I mean, defensively they performed good enough, but not anything super special.
I mean, I would say that the Colts defense played good enough to win this football game. I mean, they watched their offense go 7 straight possessions. I mean, including a muff punt. So technically 6 and then a muff punt. Not getting any points on the board. First quarter to fourth quarter, not scoring any points. And you know, I like I said, losing by 7 points, they did enough. We already knew that the Colts were pretenders. If anything, looking at this game, I still don't know how confident I am in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their offense didn't look impressive to me. Their defense had their best game of the year, but you know, that has to continue for me to go. All right, well, now we know what their Steelers defense looks like
for sure. But it is funny that we call the Colts complete and utter pretenders, and then we have the Packers 1 in the power ranking, and they might actually be bad. Like, I don't know.
They're not bad. They're not bad.
I don't know anything.
They're not bad. I swear, I think they play to the level of their competition. I think they show up in games like this, like, fuck it.
Fuck, yeah. We're in Carolina.
This is a bye week. This is a day
Were they
off.
in Carolina? They were home.
That's a good question. I think they were home.
Yeah.
No, they were home. They had that bullshit on.
Yeah. They had that.
Actually, I'm not even gonna hate. I think it's kind of tough. The helmets are kind of tough.
Yeah, but when you put up fucking 13 points, it's not that tough.
Okay, that's the problem. You can't, like, these teams, I feel like this happens a lot. Like, they debut a uniform and then they play like absolute shit.
Bro, we threw on our throwbacks, and we got cranked on by a team wearing much better throwbacks.
You know why? You know what the problem is with your throwbacks?
They're not throwbacks. They're the way the
They're not
uniforms should be.
throwbacks.
The way the
Well,
uniforms
you're like,
should look.
you're throwing together fake. Like this is, hey, remember this is what we kind of used to look like without that logo. We still won't
But
white.
it's
So
still
like,
not like that. Like the
it'd be
colors
like
are
if
off from what like 2018,
uh,
2019 was.
but I'm saying like it's like well no, because I think they're trying to even make it throwback to even earlier, like even a little different color. But what I'm saying is like it doesn't look like when you don't have the Redskins logo, it looks like a very when you don't have the Redskins logo, but you're calling it a throwback, it looks like a bit like a template uniform.
Yes, exactly.
And that's what they play with, the template uniforms. But you know,
I think the best
that's
uniform
besides the point.
upgrade this year, flat out, the Atlanta Falcons. Those jerseys that they played with for the past few years were the worst things known to man.
Do they not have?
Do they still
What are you
rep the
talking about?
ATL shit?
Yeah. What?
Did,
Well, I'm
oh,
saying, what
were they wearing
uniforms are you
throwbacks
thinking
then?
of?
Were those throwbacks
Um.
with the Falcon patch and all that shit?
Oh. Let me pull those up. You're right. I thought you were saying. I was sitting here thinking that they had a No, what the fuck are you talking about? They had their normal all white uniforms on Sunday.
With the shitty ATL patch?
Yeah.
Ew, bro. All right, well then they must have been wearing the one fucking Falcons game I watched this year. They must have been wearing the throwbacks, which were the way their uniforms should look, because the ATL bullshit is fucking horrendous.
I think you saw. Did they have a game where they wore their old school with their red helmets? Did they have a?
I think
I think they
so.
had a red helmet game. Yeah,
The
here
red
we go. They had some
and the long Falcon logo,
Yeah,
the Falcon logo the long way.
yes, it was black jerseys, red helmet. They wore those against. It looks like the Saints this year. Or no. They're showing a picture from last year, but yes, they have worn them this year.
They need to wear those every game.
No, those go absolutely crazy.
They're insane.
I don't know what the fuck Atlanta is smoking because they have like the same shit that like what was it? Who threw some disgusting uniforms on? Was it like Utah? Was it like the Jazz?
Oh, it's like the Jazz. Yeah, it's the same as the Jazz uniforms.
Just straight garbage.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on from Indianapolis and Pittsburgh, Kansas City versus Buffalo.
Not so.
I mean, what do you say, Devin? I mean, this is what Buffalo does. You know,
They
they
beat the
this is
Chiefs
their
in the regular
fifth
season,
straight regular season win,
and they have
versus the
4
Chiefs.
straight postseason losses.
Yeah. So, how much can I really take away from this win and go like, oh well, the Bills are here? I don't know, not much. Considering a few things, they beat the Chiefs in the regular season all the fucking time. They've now beaten the Chiefs in the regular season, like in a time where the Chiefs really aren't like they're not. This
The
is the
Chiefs aren't the
worst Chiefs
Chiefs
team they've
until
beaten.
they become the Chiefs. They will become the Chiefs, but they have not become the Chiefs yet.
I don't know. I don't know if they become the Chiefs. I'm still sitting here waiting for them to become the Chiefs.
I think they will. Well,
and I don't know if that happens.
I'm going to be honest. One team has to become a team because there's no front runner in this league right now.
Nobody.
Not
Nobody
one.
is a front runner right now.
There's not one.
Anybody could take number one.
Easily.
I have no clue who the best team in the
A
NFL
team that
is.
just lost to Carolina was number one. I don't know.
Yeah, and I guess Buffalo is going to end up being a number one for the week, but like for now. But I'm looking at Buffalo. This is the same team, the same fan base that was complaining about their shit receivers last week, and then what? Josh Allen throws 3 incompletions this week, and all of a sudden, oh, we went 23 for 26, and now their receivers aren't trash anymore. They don't need to make a move. I mean, it's just I don't know what.
Exactly.
I don't know what to really take from the Bills because, you know, I have my opinions, but I'm being told so many different things just from their own fan base that I don't know how anybody feels about the Bills.
Yeah.
So they beat the Chiefs in the regular season again. But I think the biggest thing from this is, I mean, if you watch that game, Patrick Mahomes was just, I, wait, what was it? What is it? What the fuck was it that
What is
game?
it? What happened was that there was no offensive line. Like
Okay,
he looked like 2020 Super Bowl Mahomes, just getting pressured
I mean,
all game.
I mean,
No
was it like
touchdowns,
15?
200 yards maybe or whatever.
Was it? I don't know why I felt like I saw the stat for how many pressures he had that game, but no, they were on his ass. But even like Patrick Mahomes, we've seen so many times run around, make plays, have fucking D linemen chasing him for days. Shit, we saw Josh Allen the same thing in that game, running around making plays with
Yeah,
pressure on him. I just feel like this is not an excuse. This isn't trying to cope for not liking the Bills or whatever. I don't think Patrick Mahomes was just on it that day. Like he was just having a bad perform. He was just having a bad game. He just couldn't get. He just it just there was no when you are falling behind. You have no primary running back halfway through the season. You have pressure out the ass. What I think the Bills had 9 more minutes of time of possession, which is a killer in a game like this. When
yeah,
I mean, you guys are kind of, you guys are right there. You guys are when it comes to top teams in the NFL. Y'all are both up there.
yeah.
So if one of y'all have the ball for almost 10 more minutes, it's gonna be a fucking problem. I just don't think Patrick Mahomes was having a good game. I don't think this was a game where it's like I the same way I'm waiting for the Chiefs to turn into the Chiefs. I'm not letting this game be the game where it's like, oh well, it's official. Patrick Mahomes
No, and
fucking blows.
I don't think anyone thinks that way right now, just because where we're at in the season and the fact that who did the Bills lose to recently?
They lost to the Patriots.
The
They
Pats.
lost to who else did they lose to?
More so the Pats, but like the fact that I think the Pats are still division leaders, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the Bills haven't fully turned it on yet. The Chiefs really haven't turned it on yet. Had a bad game. The offensive line looks like a bit of an issue. So we'll have to see how that changes or if it does. But yeah, I mean this doesn't say anything too crazy about the Bills.
It doesn't say anything crazy about the Bills. I think what it says more about Kansas City is what we've kind of been having we've kind of been having this idea all year, which is Kansas City is not good enough anymore to do whatever with whoever.
Exactly.
They have to establish a primary running back. They
Yeah.
have to find a running back one. They have to decide one guy is going to be our primary running back because there's nobody threatening in that backfield. The
No.
way they alternate week by week, there's nobody threatening in that backfield. And
But
yeah, it's Patrick Mahomes. Go ahead.
no, you're good.
It's Patrick Mahomes, but if there's zero rushing threat, he can still be stopped. Like he can still be stopped even if he's Patrick Mahomes when there's absolutely no threat
Yeah,
of them running
if
the ball.
Mahomes has to throw the ball however many times, I mean Kelsey being a few steps slower doesn't help, and then trying to hold on to whatever sense of life he has left in this league, instead of just making a switch. But
I
I
mean,
don't
he's
know.
1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah.
So
I'm not too concerned about the Chiefs, and because I mean, reason being is you legitimately cannot count them out because of either random improvements during the season or outside factors or certain things going on, which the Eagles may be getting more of that treatment nowadays than the Chiefs are. But yeah. So I can't count them out. But now the Eagles are now the Chiefs. So
the Eagles are not the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are not the Eagles, and interpret that how you want. All right, just to go over real quickly the rest of the games. Atlanta, New England. New England wins. Atlanta misses extra point. What a shitty time to be a Falcons fan.
I don't think it's ever been a
Which
good time
honestly,
to be a Falcons fan. It hasn't.
The first half of that Super Bowl,
You're right.
that was a really good time to be a Falcons fan.
No, the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, about 2.5 quarters, and then once you got into like it became a problem. As I would see, here's the thing. Here. The best time to be a Falcons fan is the Falcon fans that turned it off at halftime. Like, oh fuck, we want it. I'm not even watching.
I mean, I left. I stopped watching. I mean, I was a kid, granted, but I stopped watching.
And I know that I'll never be believed, and nobody will ever take my word. And this is a crazy thing to say. And of course you said it. But there were people over. I remember watching this game, and I remember at halftime going, "Look, I know, I guess it's over. It probably is over. But it's Tom fucking Brady."
I mean, the Falcons said it. Whoever that guy is on the sideline said it's Tom Brady though. Like, no, it's Tom fucking Brady though.
It's Tom Brady.
And I mean, everything went perfect, and everything went horribly for the Falcons, and things continue to go pretty poorly. So, just like us.
Yeah,
but at least we have 3 championships.
But they lose 24-23 to the Patriots. Denver versus Houston. CJ gets hurt.
CJ got knocked out.
Yeah.
Like 2-11 knockout. His hand.
Yeah, he got smoked. So, Davis Mills came in, and then everybody's got. Here's my problem with Denver. It's like they're cool, but to I don't know, another comeback win for Denver again. I mean, we're talking against Houston with Davis Mills,
and we're talking about their other comeback win against the Giants after not scoring a point for fucking 3 quarters.
Yeah, but like that is a comeback of all comebacks. Like we can't sit here and be like they are the comeback kings every single week. Like, but that game,
there's something about the comeback kings that means that something is wrong with the team. If you have to come back from insane deficits.
Well, it's not even insane deficits. Because not every week was like Giants fucking.
No, I understand.
The Giants game. This was they were down a touchdown and then they came back to win. This is just game. This is them trying to put. I don't know if it's me with my Baker bias, but this seems like they're trying to put Bo Nix on some Baker level shit.
Sure.
Like, no. Baker Mayfield is if he's down a touchdown or down whatever and needs to go score a go ahead touchdown, it's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
So, but they're trying to treat the Broncos like they are that team, and I don't know if I can rock with that. Chargers Titans. Chargers are pretenders.
Very much so. We figured that out probably about week 5 when they just stopped showing up.
And I almost bought in at one point. I almost did. But you know what? I had to just stick with my. I feel like I had to just stick with my gut because we sat here and said, give them an off season. We didn't like what they did in the off season, and then for some reason we were supposed to what? Buy in?
Yeah, no, they didn't do anything in the off season. What? They bring back Keenan Allen?
brought back Keenan Allen.
They
Dude,
almost
Mike
brought
Williams
back
retired.
Mike Williams. They brought back Mike Williams, and then he retired. Keenan Allen gets hurt, right?
Keenan Allen's he's playing. Najee's who?
Najee's
Najee.
hurt.
They brought in Najee. He tore his Achilles.
Yes, I think.
Yeah, he did tear his Achilles.
He did care because, well, I mean, even prior to that, the entire offseason, it was like, oh, Najee got something in his eye. And then tears his Achilles.
Yeah, he has not had a rough start with the Chargers. San Fran versus the Giants, cool.
Sick.
Jacksonville versus Vegas. Leave it to Geno to just absolutely shit the bed.
Also, Justin Tucker's record is gone forever, and he will never be able to touch it ever again. So.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care.
But I repeated what I'd heard prior to the season, which was I saw a podcast clip or whatever with like a kicker. He said, don't expect more field goals made, but expect longer field goals made because kickers have the ability to work in their K-balls and break them in a week before the game instead of the day of the game. So, longer kicks.
I mean, we could play that game where it's like, oh, well, if Justin Tucker got to do that his whole career, then maybe it's like, I don't.
But also, how
Justin
many guys
Tucker,
are taking 68-yard field goals and expecting them to go anywhere near?
You can have, like you said, there won't be more made. There'll be further ones made. Justin Tucker is the most accurate kicker in NFL history.
Yes.
And
I believe that is more important.
For so many years was the reason that we won so many games.
For real.
So sure, Cam Little, keep slinging that thing. As long as you got Geno Smith on the other side of that, field.
But it's crazy. Like before Justin hit that one a few years ago, it was 64 yards, and now it's like 64 is not expected, but it's like kind of in range for a few guys.
Yeah, I mean, well, now it's like, I remember when, like, 50s used to, like, get commentators hype.
Oh, like, mad, like, insane. Like, you get like, anything over 55, you're like, oh, fuck. 60, you go, this is a shot in the dark. You go,
I'm saying, like, dude,
that's in a 60. Why not punt it from here?
If it was like 2010, like and somebody nails like a 53-yarder,
dude,
they're
Matt Prater's was 64. Crazy. Matt Prater's was 64 in Denver, mile high. Like, it's all changed. And yes, granted, it's a few yards, but it's a big deal.
Well, Tucker's was inside, right?
It was in Ford Field.
That's kind of interesting. I mean, I wonder. I guess. I mean, how many? I mean, I don't know how many opportunities he's had to break a record in somewhere like Mile High, but I mean, I remember that was what was that? Mind you, it was cold as fuck, but he drilled one in that playoff game, that double OT in Denver.
Yeah,
I don't remember how long of a field goal it was, but I feel like it was.
I mean. I don't think it was record breaking, but at the same time, like, there's been a lot of guys who have like taken record breaking kicks or whatever, but a lot of times it's in like non-pressure situations. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, the Jacksonville one, was that the game winner?
No.
Okay, I mean. Tucker's was game winning, so the longest game winning field goal of all
time. They went to overtime. It went all the way down to the wire. I don't know if you didn't see the end. Obviously, you didn't see the ending.
No.
Geno was at the goal line, about the 2 or 3 yard line. Drops back, wide open receiver, about left side of the end zone, coming in and batted down at the line.
Oh, wonderful! Geno, if we had a quarterback ranking, Geno would be 32.
Bro, Gino, so many times I've seen that man's passes get batted down. It's like I don't I don't know what it is about him. Like it's not like he's like Kyler Murray where he just can't see it. Like he just I don't
Just
know.
hitting dudes right in the hands.
And mind you, the Raiders O line, it's not like they suck, so
Yeah,
that doesn't help either. But Gino, like I said, like he's playing so poorly, I almost feel bad. I
yeah.
almost feel bad.
It's pretty bad, especially for like. Granted, we didn't have expectations for this team, but people had expectations for this team, which is a shame.
I feel bad because usually it's like, well, fuck it, he's got his bread. If he acted like he didn't care, then it'd be like, whatever, he's paid. But like he is not
He
only paid, he like wishes he could play better.
Well, yeah, because I mean, he spent what 3 or 4 years in Seattle, not playing bad,
Yeah,
nowhere
like
near this bad, and then is now
Ru-
very, very bad.
like Kirk Cousins has accepted his role. You know,
Sure,
he's getting paid, so it's
it's
like
getting
I
big.
can't feel bad for Kirk Cousins. I
I
can't feel
can't.
bad for Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, fuck, he's getting paid. He's still counting Denver money.
Gino,
Um,
Gino is trying to get benched, and the Raiders are like, "You're all we got, Buster. You're gonna have to tear that ACL, bud.
you better figure it the
You
fuck
better
out.
snap that knee. You better dislocate your elbow real quick if you want to stop playing."
Saints Rams. Um, Matt Stafford is one of the best throwers of the football we've ever seen, and that was established over 10 years ago. But I'm just
Yep.
saying, still, like,
It's still a
just
thing.
in case you need to know, there was never a time in his career where there were five quarterbacks who could throw a better football than him, and I'm gonna stand on that.
It's fair.
I'm gonna stand on that. I don't care who you are. There was not a time where there were five quarterbacks that could throw a football. I'm not saying he was top five. I'm not saying that he was one of the best. I'm just saying there was not a time in the NFL where there were five quarterbacks that could throw a football better than him.
Throw, yes.
Either way, they blow the doors off the Saints like we expected. We already talked Seahawks, Washington, and then Dallas Cowboys. They suck.
They're terrible.
Their defense sucks. Their defense sucks.
Their
Their
defense
offense can get
is
shit going.
horrible, but the offense just for the opportunities that they had tonight did not capitalize.
No, but they are. I mean, they're highlight makers.
Yeah,
They just, they I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here. Honestly, I can't sit here and shit on their offense at all. Like, why? What are we doing? Letting Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals put up 27?
or
What
but
are
it
we
was
doing?
like they had such an early lead that there really wasn't much coming back from it. But I don't know, like with the Cowboys, it's like you either put up 40 or you lose, or you put up 40 and you tie, and it's like,
40. Yeah.
like the defense is so fucking bad that they've got no shot to progress to do
Their
anything, which
their
makes it
defense
even
is
more
awful.
upsetting that Jayden Daniels is hurt.
And I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna reiterate this every time it has to, be said. Every time it has to be said, I'm gonna say it. This defense is so bad that Micah Parsons wouldn't save shit.
Fuck no, because he had
Like,
what? No pressures against what's his name? Bryce Young.
um, well, I mean, I'm not even saying I'm not. Fuck how. I mean, he could be a defensive player of the year front runner right now.
Agreed.
What I'm saying is, when Dallas made this move, I swear to God, and I feel like I've been saying this whole time, we're not paying Micah all this money because our defense isn't good enough.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, there's no point. We give Mike all this money, we're still gonna be 30th, 31st, 32nd in the league when it comes to defense.
They would be the Bengals.
So
It would
there's
literally be the same exact makeup as the Bengals, but
they
probably
just
close to
suck.
worse. Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, that's all the games this week. I went 9-5. You went 8-6 in predictions. So not the worst. Not the
For such a
worst.
weird week, that's okay.
I was about to say I thought it'd be a little bit worse considering how the week was going. But
Yeah.
let's take a look at the power ranking. Because obviously last power ranking that we did, we had Green Bay number 1. And that's kind of gonna have to it's gonna have to change. It's gonna have to slide down. So last week our top 5, it was Green Bay, Detroit, Buffalo, Philly, and the Rams. I think as of right now, Buffalo might have to go slide into that number 1 spot.
Buffalo won.
They beat Kansas City, who right now we have ranked number 6. And I mean, Green Bay, they take a loss. Detroit, they take their loss. Philly, they're sitting in a bye week at number 4. So the question is, who goes where after that? Because you still have Detroit, Green Bay, who both lost, Philly, who didn't lose but didn't win. So, I mean, Philly could get bumped. We could leave them at 4. We could.
You can give Philly the 2 spot, I think. I mean, the manner in which those 2 teams lost that football game or lost their football games. I mean, it's not something that I expect to continue to happen, but it's something that shouldn't happen.
I say Detroit 3, Green Bay 4.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't lose to Carolina, and shit don't just slide. You don't just lose to Carolina.
No.
We'll put you. I mean, Detroit, yeah, they lose to Minnesota, who is a better football team than fucking Carolina, and
Yeah.
they lose by 3 points. It is what it is. So Detroit 3, Green Bay 4.
Rams.
Whoa. Where are the Rams? Where are the Rams going?
Well,
So the Rams are just fuck the Rams?
No, it was. I mean, I think I still have Detroit over the Rams, but it's between Green Bay and LA. What, are we going to move the Rams all the way up because they beat the Saints?
I mean, do the Rams in the past 2 or 3 weeks not look better than at least the Packers?
Packers looked pretty good last week and pretty good enough to put them up at number 1.
Yeah, I mean, and they looked all right the week before that.
Yeah. But I think you can put them ahead of the Packers, but I don't know about anybody else for now.
I didn't say anybody else, but I'm saying as of right now, I mean, you got a team like Carolina, you got a team like Green Bay who's doing what they're doing. And sure, it's like, yeah, the Rams only beat the Saints, and they also put up 35 points on Jacksonville's head, 35-7. So I mean, they only beat the Saints, but the Panthers, did they only lose to or did the Packers only lose to the Panthers?
Packers only lost.
They only lost to the Panthers.
Well, it's because they didn't show up, and they said,
So no, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna go Rams. I'm going Rams 4.
You're going Rams what?
Rams 4, and then I'm gonna go Green Bay 5. And then the question is, we have 2 teams after that we had ranked 6 and 7 that lost. You had Kansas City, and then you had the Colts. So what are we doing? Do they deserve to take a huge drop? I think Kansas City for sure not. I mean, they lose to Buffalo, who we have now ranked as the best team in the league. So I don't know how crazy of a drop they can take.
Who's 7, 8, 9, or 8, 9, 10?
As of right now, we're looking at teams like Denver, Tampa Bay. I went ahead and decided we need to go ahead and give more love to Seattle.
Maybe.
For sure.
I mean, we had
the fuckers are 6-2.
Yes, but we had. I guess. Yeah.
They're 6-2. But then after that, I mean, then you're starting to look at teams like Pittsburgh and then Chargers, New England, San Fran, Minnesota. That's where you're looking at.
I'm going to be honest. For both the Colts and the Chiefs taking a loss, the Chiefs are still fine, and the Colts are 7-2.
I agree.
I wouldn't move them.
Okay.
And I don't think you can move Denver and Tampa because Tampa didn't play and Denver won.
Tampa didn't play, and nobody's going to take over Tampa's spot as of right now because the Chargers, no. New England, no. Seattle, Pittsburgh.
I would bring the Pats over the Chargers.
I would bring the Pats over the Chargers, but what about Seattle and Pittsburgh?
Either Seattle, New England, or New England, Seattle, and then Steelers after them.
I take Seattle over New England.
Okay.
Seattle, New England, Pittsburgh, LA.
Yeah.
Is that that? Okay, that's what you were saying. Seattle, New England, Pittsburgh, LA. New England, Pittsburgh, LA. Not mad at that. And then after that, we're starting to look at teams like Dallas definitely not coming up next. We're looking at now San Fran. They caught their dub, pretty good win against the Giants. Jacksonville down to the wire with Vegas in overtime. Don't know if I love it. Minnesota.
Also, we didn't talk about it. Travis Hunter's on the IR.
Travis Hunter is on IR.
So
4-week IR, right?
Huh?
He's on the 4-week IR.
IR means 4 weeks minimum.
IR. Well, no, you can be placed on injured reserve for the year.
Well, yes, but like, I thought you meant that there was any less than 4 games. No, he is out for at least 4 games.
Okay.
How many positions can you play from the IR? That's not nice. That doesn't even make any sense.
No, but it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
Where does Minnesota go? I can't put Minnesota over San Fran.
No. I can put them over Dallas.
So San Fran, then Minnesota?
Yeah.
San Fran, then Minnesota. I think I like that. And then the real question is, just let me know when you think Baltimore deserves to be placed, because they are out there, so can't forget about them.
They are. I mean, definitely bring them up from where they were. It's going to be probably a few weeks of wins before they get back where they should be, depending on how the wins go and if they win. But screw it. Now that you brought them up, put them next, because they're favored to win their division still, even though they're 3-5.
Well, after Minnesota, besides Baltimore, you have Jacksonville, Houston, the Giants, Atlanta. I mean, you can go Chicago, Carolina.
I think Baltimore's. None of those teams are even close.
All right. Well, we'll go Baltimore at 16. And then, like I said, we're looking at teams like Jacksonville. We're looking at teams like Houston. We're looking at teams, Atlanta, close loss, 1-point loss to New England.
Bring Chicago up.
The Giants, Chicago up over Houston and Jacksonville.
Over Houston.
Jacksonville, Chicago.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, Chicago. Okay, I'm all right with that. Jacksonville, Chicago. Jacksonville, Chicago, and then I'm gonna have to go Houston after that. I think Atlanta probably deserves to go up. They were 20th last week. It looks like they're gonna fall at 20th this week. The question is, any teams better than the Giants right now? Cincinnati, Carolina. One of those teams, has a winning record. Carolina, Giants, Cincinnati.
Works, yeah.
Carolina, Giants, Cincinnati. Carolina, Giants, Cincinnati.
To be honest, you can bring Arizona up a little bit.
Bring Arizona up. Okay. Yeah. I can bring Arizona up. I'll bring Arizona up. Yeah. That's actually, I had him right after Cincinnati. So yeah.
Arizona, for whatever reason, looks like a much, much better football team with Jacoby Brissett.
Which
should not be the case.
Dude. If that's what it is,
they look.
I don't know how much longer you can ride out with Kyler Murray.
They look a lot better. Like Marvin Harrison's getting the ball.
But you can't make Jacoby Brissett's not their guy.
Jacoby Brissett's not their guy, but the fact that Jacoby Brissett can come in and perform better than Kyler Murray means that Kyler Murray probably isn't your guy anymore. at the same time,
No, but they're paying him.
chicken and the egg, Jonathan Gannon needs to go too.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, he can go. That's fine. But I'm okay with Arizona going next. And then I say maybe we go down to 32.
Yeah.
We'll keep it pushing with Tennessee at 32. We had the Jets at 31 who didn't play, so we'll keep them there.
Vegas.
Honestly, I think Miami. Vegas was that close to defeating Jacksonville.
You're right.
That close. I think Miami
Miami
New
was
Orleans.
that close.
No, Vegas, New Orleans.
To I don't know. Nothing.
I think Miami, New Orleans, and then Vegas. Then you'd go Vegas. At least I don't know. I mean, if you want to fucking argue Vegas or New Orleans,
I agree.
Be my guest. But that leaves us 3 more slots with Cleveland. Here, where are we looking at here? We're looking at Cleveland. Problem. We didn't find a spot for Dallas. Who are we really going to let drop? Are they dropping all the way below Arizona?
No.
Okay. I'd say Dallas probably sits between. I mean, we had Baltimore 16, Jacksonville 17, Chicago 18. Where does Dallas fall? Baltimore and Jacksonville. Are they better than Baltimore right now?
No,
I don't know if they're better than
Jacksonville.
Baltimore right now. Better than Jacksonville?
I think so.
I'll give them that. And then after that, we just are down between Washington and Cleveland, who I mean,
us. Yeah, we're worse than Cleveland.
Really?
No.
Okay.
But
all right. I'm gonna go Washington, and then I'm gonna go Cleveland.
Yeah, our season's over. So.
Yeah, it is a shame, but that was that was pretty simple. Power ranking for Week 9 is complete. Starting at 32, we got Tennessee, the New York Jets, Miami, New Orleans, Vegas, Cleveland, Washington, Arizona, Cincinnati, the Giants, Carolina, Atlanta, Houston, Chicago, Jacksonville, Dallas, Baltimore, Minnesota, San Fran, the Chargers. Who the fuck did I write that? I butchered the shit out of that. I can't. Why?
Did you write LA down?
Did I write?
And Chargers?
Did I write that fucking? Hold on. Oh, that's what it is. I smudged the shit out of it. Chargers, Pittsburgh, New England, Seattle, Tampa Bay, Denver, Indianapolis, Kansas City, Green Bay, the Rams, Detroit, Philly, Buffalo at number 1.
Yep.
Buffalo at number 1. All right. We got some awards. We got some candidates. We have Week 9 MVP, Opoy, and Depoy. So let me pull up these awards, or pull up these candidates. I have them over here. So I guess we can start out with some quarterbacks. How do you want me to give it out? Do you want me to just do it how I normally do it? Do you want me to throw out names first and then stats? Do you want? Where do I? How do you?
Names and
how do you want it?
stats
How do you want it?
works.
I mean, okay, so you have Sam Darnold, who finished 21 of 24, 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, in a win over Washington. You had Matt Stafford, who was 24 of 32 with 281 yards, 4 touchdowns, beating New Orleans. You had Lamar, 18 of 23, 204 yards, 4 touchdowns, win over Miami. Caleb Williams, who was 24 of 34, or 20 of 34, had 280 yards, 3 touchdowns with the win over Cincinnati. You had Josh Allen, who was 23 of 26, had 273 yards, 1 passing touchdown, 19 rushing yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. You had, I'm not even going to try to pronounce bro's name, rookie, second year, first year running back for Chicago, because DeAndre Swift was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Mana. Let me see if let's see if we can figure out a pronunciation.
Spell it.
Oh, Monagai, Monan guy.
Spell it.
MON Angai. Monagai.
Monaco?
Manangai. Either way,
Manungai?
the
Oh,
motherfucker
Manungai.
led
Is
the
that his name? Manungai. Manungai.
Manungai.
Manungai.
Either way, he led in rushing this week. He had 176 yards and 6.8 yards per carry, but did not get to the end zone. Rico Dowdle, 130 yards, 5.2 yards per carry with 2 touchdowns. You had Brock Bowers, who had 127 yards, 10.6 yards per catch, 3 touchdowns. You had T. Higgins, who had 121 yards, 17.3 yards per catch, 2 touchdowns. Drake London, who is unfortunately on the losing end of a game, but that motherfucker was going crazy that entire game. He had 118 yards, 13.1 yards per catch, and 3 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey, 106 yards rushing, 67 yards receiving, 2 total touchdowns. And then bro ain't making the list, but Joe Flacco threw for 470 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Crazy.
So I mean, you can pick and choose.
I like Darnold 1. Just for fun.
Okay.
Al Freaky 2.
All right.
Then I don't know.
Okay, so people I'm definitely considering for the top 5 for MVPs. Definitely Sam. Definitely Stafford. Definitely Josh. Lamar's going on there. And then the 5th slot.
I like Stafford 3, Josh 4.
Fuck, man. I mean, Caleb. Yeah, that's the worst fucking defense you could play against.
Yeah.
Who'd you say 3 and 4?
Stafford, then Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Okay, gotcha. Josh at 4. Darnold at 1. Does Darnold deserve that number 1 spot for this week? Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. That first half, I don't care what defense you're playing, to go perfect like that.
Perfect.
I'm gonna have to give it to him. Matt Stafford is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's 37 years old, and the balls that he is throwing is just I don't know. I gotta give him number 2. I'll put Lamar 3. Also go Josh 4. Maybe we're haters for putting Lamar over Josh, but I mean, maybe people also forgot what fucking happened on Thursday. They didn't watch.
Yeah. And reason being, the Baltimore Ravens were a team that looked dreadful. Every second Lamar was not out there. I mean, outside of the few good moments that Tyler Huntley had, but with Cooper Rush, they didn't look like a football team. So yeah, I mean, just to have a guy like that out there changes the game.
And then I think regardless of what side you're on or who is out there, Purdy or Mac Jones, I'm gonna go McCaffrey number 5.
Fire.
Because he's the real MVP of the 49ers.
Has always been. Well, no, not always, but I agree.
Oh, you're going okay. Christian McCaffrey 5, and then moving on to Opoys. Rico Dowdle, he comes back after I think a pretty quiet week last week. 130 yards, 5.2 yards per carry. Oh,
sorry, I was saying Manungai's name all last week. I don't know why.
I mean, it sounds like a fun name to say.
It's very fun, actually. I just kept saying it.
But you know what? I think I'm gonna have to go. Like I said, I like what I saw from McCaffrey. Rico, I mean, it's that he is the Carolina
He's Carolina.
offense. I don't care. Keep your fucking Mc whatever to yourself.
Tetaroa
He is the
McMillan.
offense. Man, Brock Bowers had fucking 3 touchdowns, 120. No, give me Drake London. Give me Christian
Drake.
McCaffrey. Give me Christian McCaffrey, Rico at 2, Drake London at 3.
If the Falcons won, I would put Drake at 2, but yes, I agree.
Okay, Drake. I mean
also, Rico got flagged for apparently 2 pumps.
I mean, fucking Pickens got flagged for like pointing a ball at somebody.
Pickens, if he does anything, will get flagged because it's George Pickens.
Yeah, but he should be ruled on the Pickens scale. Like for George Pickens, that was so light.
Instead, it's the opposite.
Like, it was so light. And
you use a ball as a gun? What the fuck are you talking about?
But when Rashee Rice fucking threw a ball at somebody's head on accident.
Literally, all right, well, it like looked very on purpose until like the ref came into frame, or Rashee Rice was smart enough to use the excuse of, I was throwing it to the ref when you tossed the dude's head.
Well, I mean, and George Pickens was also pointing first towards the first down like you would any other play.
Exactly.
There happened to be a defender standing right there. Coincidence?
I don't know.
And then comes the defensive player of the year votes for this week, Devin, because I told you there'd be a lot of Steelers players. You have Joey Porter Jr., who had 8 total tackles. He had a sack, an interception, and 4 passes deflected or defended. Peyton Wilson, linebacker for the Patriots, for the Steelers. That man had 14 total tackles, 1 interception, and 2 passes defended. Another player from that Steelers defense, Alex Highsmith, had 4 total tackles, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble. And then you can go over to Atlanta. You had Jalen Walker, who had 5 total tackles, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble. You had God Christ. LaCale? I don't know if that's a let's you know what? You know what we got to do, Devin? We got to just go to the LaCale London. There we go. That's where I thought I was leaning towards. You got LaCale London, defensive end for Atlanta, who also had 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and 5 total tackles. Eric Wilson, 6 total tackles and 2 sacks. Xavier McKinney, did lose to the Panthers, but he had 9 total tackles, a sack, a forced fumble, and an interception. And then a name that, we can all try to pronounce together, Laiatu. Laiatu? Laiatu?
Yeah, I'm not going to try that one.
Laiatu, and guess what his last name is? Latu.
Latu.
Indianapolis defensive end led the league this week with 2.5 sacks and 6 total tackles.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy for me. Peyton Wilson flew off the fucking flew off the TV. Like I said, 14 total tackles, had an interception and 2 passes defended. I mean, it's gonna be hard to not put all Steelers players on this list, but I mean the entire Steelers team just played fantastic, like so good that TJ Watt didn't even get a chance to get on this list.
Nope.
Like they just balled the fuck out because I like Peyton Wilson 1, and then I like Joey Porter, 8 total tackles, a sack, an interception, 4 passes defended. I like Joey Porter Jr. at number 2. And then after that, a lot of these games, I'm trying to look at, like I said, you're only one player on defense, so you can only have so much control of a fucking win or a loss.
Sure.
So with that being said, I'm looking at Atlanta, who obviously New England has a problem with letting certain players get to the quarterback. You had fucking Myles Garrett get 5 sacks a week ago. So maybe I take away I don't want to discredit the fact that they had players being able to get to the quarterback, but they also had 2 players get 2 sacks that game. So, does that mean less than what Latu, 6 total tackles and 2.5 sacks? But you also put that in perspective. He was able to get to Aaron Rodgers, who's 40 years old, 2.5 times, which is great. I think I would have to go Xavier McKinney. You go one more drive where you can put that fucking ball in the end zone, and he's the whole fucking reason that defense held it down.
Yeah.
9 total tackles. He had a sack. He had a forced fumble, and he had an interception. The man was doing everything he could to help win that game. And Green Bay shit the bed.
Yep.
Any arguments? Any disagreeing? No. Yeah, I think it's okay. Depoy is my thing.
Not my thing.
Is my thing. But there you go. Depoy, Opoy, and MVP for Week 9. And then before we get out of here, Denver versus Vegas, Thursday Night Football.
Denver, but divisional game. Like there's been so many games where it's like, oh, Carolina, Green Bay. Not even a question. Green Bay. But this one should not be a question. At the same time, Denver has struggled at certain points of certain games. So, but it's Denver.
Look, it's Denver, and then and if they're down 4 points in the fourth quarter at some point, it's going to be another fucking Denver comeback. Here you go. They should easily win this game. If it's close, again, I don't want to hear shit about the fucking Denver Broncos. Sure, they might even go out and win the AFC West, but I don't know. I'm not too confident in them.
Not at all.
But with all that being said, Devin, I mean, we talked Joe Flacco's career game, Minnesota defeating Detroit, Green Bay shit in the bed, the Steelers defense, Kansas City, Buffalo, Jayden Daniels. I mean, we talked about it all. Is there anything else you need to get off your chest before we get out of here?
Yeah. Dodgers win the World Series in dramatic fashion. One of the best Game 7s I've ever seen. So, fun watch if you haven't seen it.
I haven't.
Pretty cool.
I haven't.
Pretty cool plays in there.
Who knows? Maybe I'm the bad guy. But with all that being said, we will be back on Saturday to, I guess, discuss this Thursday night game, predict next week's games, and maybe some NBA drama. Ja got suspended. He's talking his shit. Maybe he gets the move. Maybe he gets out of Memphis soon. Maybe we get to see Ja make the move or something.
For what?
Contract detriment. I don't know. Some bullshit like the way he talked to the coach. But then after a loss, he shot like 3 for 15, and then every question he responded like, "Go ask the coach. Go ask the coach." I don't know. Go ask the coach. So Ja's kind of acting like a dick. So maybe I want to get into that. But either way, free Ja, because fuck the Memphis Grizzlies. They suck. But like I said, with all that being said, we will be back on Saturday to discuss all of Week 10 of the NFL season.
Holy shit.
Yep. Brand new episodes every Tuesday and Saturday. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. It has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.